Hello and welcome. I'm Kevin, and this is the Real Laptop Lifestyle. As you can see today, I have a presentation for you, and I've entitled it Writing Influential Copy, a Beginner's Guide. Now, look, everyone, if you work for yourself online, you need to know how to write. Now, so inside this video, I have to warn you straight away that mastering writing skills is more addictive than heroin. I'm not joking. I've been writing for years and years and years, and I find it very hard to get through the day without writing something. It's so rewarding. So be warned. I'm going to show you how you can quickly assimilate the writing skills that will influence others. Yeah, it's all about influencing people. How you can quickly capture your readers' attention and help you generate more ongoing profits. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can get more tips like this one. So let's get straight into it. Whatever you do in business, it all starts with the written word. Ideas, you have to write them down. You're writing. Your goals, your objective, and your planning. You have to write these down. A new product or service, they all start with words that you're putting when you put pen to paper. An email, sales letter, or article, they're all about writing. Stories, journals, and memoirs. Even this video, everything. Words really have the power to influence and motivate people. And this is why we need to become masters of them, to emotionally persuade others. Did you know that most people, they make a buying decision emotionally because they want it? It makes them feel good, and they'll sort of justify it later with logic. Words can make people take action, the actions that you want, the actions which are good for them. Words and language are powerful friends. Please think about that. They really are, especially when it comes to business and making money. Now, it's quite a simple equation here. The better you learn to use words, the greater the wealth that they'll be able to generate for you. So the more you learn, the more you're going to earn. Some of my writing has been generating profit for more than 20 years. It brings money in sometimes on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, a monthly basis. And I've got lots of writing like that. You'll probably carry on bringing in money for the next 20 years. The individual who's taken the time to develop these skills, and it won't take you that long, but just developing, getting started with them will give you such a great head start, has a huge advantage over those who rely on others. I can't write. That's the one thing I hear more than anything else. I can't write. But the fact is, anyone can write. Seriously, anyone can write. It's just that until now, you probably really haven't tried that hard, or you haven't got that much confidence in your writing skills. You probably are registering back to your English lessons at school, and that can be a bit off-putting. Whatever your business or your service, communication skills are seriously essential. In fact, the better you communicate, the bigger your profits will be. So I'm going to prove to you that you can write. You can. I promise you can. If you can speak, then I promise you can write. Watch this. Hello and welcome, comma. This is Kevin of the Real Laptop Lifestyle. Full stop. New line. I'm really happy to make this short video to show you, especially those people who say, I can't write, comma, that you can write, comma, because this is how I compose most of my articles and output, which are text-based, full stop. New line. Anyone, comma, can use voice-activated software, comma. The only challenge is learning to give text commands and punctuation, full stop. New line. I'm going to keep this really short because I just wanted this to be a quick demonstration for those people who say, I can't write, comma. Now you can, comma, and there's no excuse, full stop. Enjoy. The more you write, the better you're going to become. Do you know repetition is the mother of skill? So you should do a little bit each day. And if you do that, your improvement is going to be really rapid. So how do you learn? Just write something every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays. Just put 15 or 20 minutes each day on one side, and your progress will be consistent. You'll get better, a little bit better every day. This will be a really, really valuable investment into your future income generating abilities. Now, I suggest that you start off by writing a short email each day, just 400 or 500 words. Now, the reason I suggest an email is that you can send it off to yourself and then you can read it. Now, I know you've just written it, but reading something that arrives, it's going to highlight so many things for you as you read it. You can start writing down improvements almost immediately. Okay, only 400 or 500 words, and that's enough. I suggest that you write on any subject that you wish and then just send it off to yourself. Write about your day, the challenges you've had, and how you've had to overcome them. Every day you're going to improve. The first few days may feel a little bit difficult, a little bit stilted and forced, but then it will get easier. And I'm sure it will also start to become really enjoyable. After the first week, your emails will have improved a lot. I'm not joking. In just a week, you'll look back at your old emails, the first couple you wrote, and you're going to cringe. You really are. After a month, you're going to look back at the emails you wrote after 2 weeks and cringe. That's how much you'll have come on. You'll learn so much. And the reason I suggest you write emails is they're very convenient to do. And they sort of cover everything you need to do. There's a process. I'm going to go through that in a moment. And you'll be able to take all of these skills and implement them in any kind of writing that you want. More recently, I started making videos. I've never had a problem appearing on videos, but or standing on stage. It's just I can't remember what to say. So I've had to develop a system of how I can remember what to say, an aid memoir. I hope this is okay. But my first few my first few videos were dreadful. And I cringe if I look back at them. But that's the learning curve. And it's the same with writing and any sort of communication. You will get better very quickly if you do it consistently. Doing this will improve your self-confidence in your writing abilities. So if you just keep reading your old emails and saying, how can I improve this? You'll see dozens of different ways, and you'll start implementing those in your next email, and before very long, you'll be writing pretty decent emails, which could be pretty decent sales letters, which could be pretty decent anything. So commit to doing it every day, just one email. Would you like to get a free education? Of course you would. Everyone likes a free education. Well, this is another reason I suggest emails. You see, there's a lot of people out there writing emails on a daily basis. Now, most of them, and I really mean most of them, they get it so wrong you wouldn't believe. They're going to try and sell you something every single day. Every single day it's buy this, buy that, buy the other. And you soon get fed up with them. Now, you can learn from these people, because really that's not how to do it. You can learn how to do things and how not to do things. That's really not how to do it. However, there are some very good emailers out there. And if you get onto their email list, they will keep you supplied with very good information. And I suggest that you get onto these email lists, because you can unsubscribe from them at any time and start looking at what they do. Study them. And what you need to do is create a swipe file. Now, a swipe file is very simple. It's basically a file where you swipe things that you like. There might be certain subject lines that you like, that you want to keep in there. There might be headlines. There might be a sort of opening. There might be little techniques. I've got dozens of different, well, I don't know if I've got dozens of swipe files. I've probably got about 5 different ones. And every time I need some inspiration, and sometimes I do go a little bit dry, I'll dip into my swipe files, and I'll soon come out with so much inspiration and so many ideas. It's so easy. Just look at the emails of others and learn from them. Learn what to do, what you like, what you don't like. If you like it, you know, the chances are your own readers will like it, okay? And start swipe files. To do this, I would use something like Evernote, and you'll soon really be on top of it, and your swipe files will build, and they'll be one of your most valuable of assets. Okay, guidelines for writing. Now, you're always, when you start writing, if you are going to write a regular email or a regular anything, you're always going to be looking for ideas. I always suggest that you work as far ahead of yourself as you can. And when you see ideas, it's a good idea to record them. In fact, I carry this with me. It's my little dictaphone. And I've been out driving today, and I've made probably 24 ideas on there of things I've seen and things that come to me when I'm driving along. So I keep notes. Got my notebook right next to me over here as well. How do I get that in front of the camera? There we go. And I make notes as I'm going along, and I collect ideas. And later on, before the end of the day, I'll put those into my ideas journals or the files of something, whatever I'm doing at the moment. They'll be used quite quickly. When you're writing emails, be clear, or in fact, when you're writing anything, be clear what you're writing about. Now, I always start by writing exactly what I want to achieve. So it's just a quick sentence, and then underneath that, I might put bullet points of the things that I want to include in there as well. So always be clear on what you're going to write about, because I'll start writing on one subject and be 15 subjects away in about 5 minutes. So it's really important for me to make that statement right at the top. What am I writing about? What is the point I'm making? More importantly, write down or be sure we know the reason why you're writing it, why you're doing it. Now, if you start writing emails to yourself, to start off with, they're going to be purely for entertainment purposes. That's fine. Entertaining is really, really important. But later, you might start writing emails where you want to sell things and you want to take people through a process. There's things that they need to know and understand before they'll get to becoming purchase receptive. So you need to know what the reason why you're writing it. And that's going to, you'll see why in just a moment, and be clear on that. Please forget what your English teachers taught you at school, because the grammar or English grammar can be so difficult. I hope that I write in a light and easy style to read and to listen to, because I try and be conversational. I try and speak and write as if I'm speaking with friends, and that's how I look at you. You're a friend of mine right now just for listening to this. So you need to find your own writing voice and develop it. And believe me, that will happen very, very quickly. Aim to be entertaining. Now, I don't mean ha ha ha, let me tell you lots of jokes, but certainly you want to entertain your readers, your listeners, whatever it is you're doing, and you want to engage them so they stay to the end, so they know what's coming next. Here's a real big one. Writing short sentences and short paragraphs. I hope you can see these are all very short sentences. It's very easy to write long paragraphs where people get completely lost and they get boring and they leave, and you don't want that to happen. Make sure it's visually appealing. Now, that is so important you wouldn't believe. I hope what I've got on the screen here looks visually appealing. The idea is it's an aid memoir to me, but you can see everything I'm trying to say as we go along. And that looks visually appealing to me because I've left lots of white space, or on this occasion, grey space. But the space in between my writing, it's not hard to read. It's not crowded. When it comes around to emails, particularly, you need a strong subject line. Now, there are many parts to an email. The first thing is getting your email open. If it doesn't get opened, you aren't going to get anywhere. So the first thing is writing a strong subject line with curiosity that makes people wonder, thought-provoking headline or subject line, and they'll open it, and then you've got the next bit, which is keeping them reading. I'll show you how to use the AIDA process in a moment. Write lots of headlines. Oh, by the way, subject lines. Sometimes when I'm writing for emails, I might write 10 or 15 subject lines. Sometimes I write the subject line after I've written the email. Sometimes I write the subject line before I write the email itself, the body copy, and one powers the other, if you know what I mean. So I'll sometimes write 7, 8, 9, 10 subject lines. I'll keep playing with them, and I probably won't choose one until after the email's written. They'll all be pretty similar when I get the theme of what I want to do, and the subject line is that important. It's the same with headlines. I'll probably write a dozen headlines, and then I'll often use the subheadlines through the copy, so people can scan my copy and go down it and get an idea of what's going on. Openers. Now, I call the opener the subject line. It's how you're going to greet people. Now, you might want to greet them by the first name, or there's lots of ways of doing it, but it's what follows that. Now, I like to tell them what I'm going to tell them. A very good, simple way of putting this all together is just give a quick synopsis of what you're writing so they know what's coming. If you look at professional journalists writing for newspapers and the press, they tend to use the first paragraph. It's an outline of what's going to follow. Then they elaborate below that. And that's a very good process to follow. Stay focused on your content and supporting material. Now, remember, I told you to start off with some bullet points to be clear on what you're going to write about. I probably only write 1 point per email, but I might make some supporting bullet points, things that need to be mentioned. So stay focused on those. Make sure you don't wander off. Write a compelling CTA. What's the CTA? Well, it's the most important thing in any sort of writing. It's the call to action, your most wanted outcome. What do you want them to do? Now, I'm not selling in every email. I promise you I'm not. But I like to answer everyone's questions. So I take them through a process. These are the questions I know they'll have to have answered before they become purchase receptive. If I am going to be offering something, I don't ever sell it. I give them the opportunity to buy if they wish. So I will make a compelling call to action, why they should look at it, why they should look at it now. Always after that, I tell them what's coming next. Now, most of my emails are sequences, which means I might write 7 or 8 emails one after the other. And I like to tell them what's coming up in the next email. Even when I do broadcast emails, that's if you join my list, every week, perhaps twice a week, I send out emails. I have a good idea what's coming in the next one. There's a very good reason for this. If you ever watch a television series, at the end of the program, they nearly always finish on what they call a cliffhanger. They give you, they create curiosity of what's going to happen. You know, is Julie pregnant? Is she? I don't know. That's a cliffhanger, and you have to tune into the next program to find out. And you can do something very similar with telling them what's coming next. And in the next email, you're going to discover exactly how to blah, blah, blah. I want to introduce you to ADA. ADA is a good friend of mine, and ADA stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So attention is about the headline. Okay, you capture their attention, you draw them in. Your opener develops their interest, keeps their interests. Desire is about what it is you're trying to sell them. Now, you might not be selling anything, but you are selling something always. You have a CTA, you have an action that you want them to take. It might not require finance or money, but you are selling something. So your desire is actually selling that. And A is for action. So attention, interest, desire, and action. So if you use this simple process in your emails, in fact, in anything you write, you will be very successful. Test, test, and test some more. Now, I hope that you'll consider using an autoresponder. The one I suggest you use is Active Campaign. If you use Active Campaign, I actually have another video on this site that tells you how to be very successful writing emails. So I suggest you check that one out. I'll try and put it in the end screen here. And the nice thing about using an autoresponder is I've got some very large lists, and what I tend to do is very regularly I'll test my email or my email headline. So I might have two different headlines, and I'll send half. It'll be the same body copy, but I'll send the same email with a different headline to 50% of my list, and the other 50% get a different headline. Now, usually there's not much difference, you know. Occasionally, there's a huge difference. And it's these huge differences which will teach you how to write good headlines, how to write good subject lines. So test, test, and test some more, because you never know how high is, how good is. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got value out of it. Remember, this is only for beginners, but I think even um, seasoned readers and seasoned watchers and writers can learn a lot from this, because you can never have too much knowledge. No one ever died from having too much knowledge. So now you have all the basics to writing really influential words and copy. Okay, we've covered it as emails, but you could use this same information to write sales copy or anything which you wish. So, do you have any questions or comments? If you have any, just write them out below this video and I will gladly answer them for you. I'd like to ask you a question, a favor actually. Did you like this video? Now, I really need this sort of feedback, because if you enjoyed it, I'm going to make more videos like it. So right below this video, there's a big blue thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, please click the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, click the thumbs down. I prefer you click the thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to this channel. Again, you see the button right below this video and the bell. Now, this is really important for me as a YouTuber. So please subscribe, but it will also help you as well, because then every time you come into the channel, it'll tell you every time I've made a new video, and I make lots every week. So rather than having to dig through and remember, it'll just give you a list of the new videos I've made, and you can watch them if you wish. So that's one way of keeping up with lots of new money making ideas. The other way is to join my money making profit generating email list. Now, to do this, right below the video here, there is a link, and if you click it, it'll bring you through to this page. Just click subscribe. It'll ask you 4 questions. Basically, how much money do you want to make from working online and developing your own laptop lifestyle? They'll all put you on the same list, and I'm going to keep you informed. I'll keep you entertained. I'll give you the unusual stuff, the really powerful stuff, and I'll show you how to make money, lots of different ways. So please join, and I look forward to speaking to you again inside the email, or perhaps in the next video. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.